Welcome everybody to 615 Local Live. That's right, we're here live and in living color, coming to you from the metropolis of Pleasant View, Tennessee. Let me tell you about Pleasant View. It is a beautiful community north of Nashville, about halfway between Clarksville and Nashville, Tennessee. What we have up here that we don't have in Nashville is less traffic and less people, which I love a lot. So I made the move up here in April. I got out of Nashville, really happy I made that choice. I love this community already. I have met so many amazing, amazing people. And one of them I have with me today, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. But obviously, I got to talk a little bit and tell you why we do this. 615 Local was created last year during the pandemic. We'll call it Wave 1 because we don't know what's about to happen, do we? So I just noticed that it was really unfair that all these small local businesses had to completely shut down because they were not essential. And the larger companies kind of got to stay open, and obviously we needed groceries, we need this and that, but I saw a lot of unfairness going on, and I said, you know what can I do other than shopping local, eating local? I was getting a lot of food to go, tipping more than I normally would, anything that I could do to support local establishments and those that work there. But I wanted to do a little bit more. So I started up this brand. At the time, I called it 615 Life, rebranded it in 2021 to 615 Local. It just kind of matched a little bit more what I was doing. And you know what? It's grown and I love it. I've met so many amazing people. I have met some amazing business owners that have amazing stories to tell and what got them into business and what the struggles they've gone through to bring you great products and services or eating establishments, so anything. The guest that I have here today, I met her. Her name is Anna Dicarlo. So hopefully I said that right. I practiced a few times. So I met her just by chance because I noticed on her Instagram I had promoted her a few times, and I was like, hold on, she's in Pleasant View. That's where I live now. And so we met up at a coffee shop, had some really good conversation. Yes, a locally owned coffee shop. We didn't go to that famous one that everybody else talks about. Um, and we had a really good conversation. I think we actually sat there for an hour and really just talked about supporting local and what we could do together to even enhance that even more. And I learned a lot about her. I learned a lot about her passion for her business and for her family. And so I will bring her on now. And let me unmute her mic and then bring her up on screen. Hi,
Hi.
Anna. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Just so everybody knows, so I'm going to be transparent here. She's actually downstairs in my home in my kitchen area. I'm upstairs. It gives me a little bit more control. So, because sometimes you just don't know how people's internet's going to act or what kind of technology they have. So, if I can have them come over and sit in my home, I know then it's all on me and not on them. So, I try to make that happen for people the best I can. Not every time because I'm not sure anybody's going to drive 2 hours from Franklin to get to here. So uh, anyway, Anna, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are and the name of your business.
Sure. So obviously my name is Anna DiCarlo. I didn't randomly switch my name, so you said it right. um, and then my business is La Belle Naturelle. And I mean, that's the English version of it. A lot of people know it by LBN. And yeah, so I have my shop right in Pleasant View, right off of Highway 49, across from Witt's Barbecue in front of the Coach House. Yeah, so local.
So obviously, yes, you are local, and it is a cute little shop. I actually stopped in there probably about 2 weeks ago, and Anna helped me out. I was having some, I'm not afraid to say it. I had some eczema issues going on, and I'm like, okay, what can you do for me? And she can tell you what she gave me. I don't know. I just rubbed it on a few times, and the shit went away. That's all I know. So I was really happy about that. Usually I have to go to a doctor and get steroid cream, and who knows what the hell's in that stuff. But you know, I
Right.
was out. I was out, and I was like, you know what? If you can help me out, I'll definitely tell everybody it worked. Look, no eczema. You know, great. So I'm not sitting here scratching myself to death. She also gave me this little bar of soap, and I'm one of those guys that doesn't usually use little soaps. You know, I'm like, ah, that's girly, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm usually one of those guys that buy the 2-in-1 for the hair and the body, and now I'm learning that's the wrong way to treat myself. Thanks, Anna. But hey, you know, you can educate even us older guys, even though I'm sure you have a lot of women that come to you, but what is it like for a male coming into your shop for the first time? How do they normally interact?
So it's quite funny, actually. They'll come in the shop and they'll stand there a second and kind of absorb everything and realize this is not where I want to be. Because it's got plants hanging from the ceiling, and it's got, obviously it's girlier boutique touches. And then they see, the soap, or they see what I'm doing. They're like, "Ooh, is there ice cream here?" Like, you see a range of motions. And I'm like, "No ice cream." And they're like, "Oh," like a complete disappointment. And then they'll go and see the samples and say, "Oh, is there fudge?" No, wrong again. Like, this is skincare. And they're like, "Oh."
You
So,
know, it's funny you bring that up about the ice cream. I saw a TikTok that you just made a few days ago. And at first you're like, I'm like, oh, she's got ice cream there. I didn't know that. And then
yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, it's probably all natural ice cream, which probably is better for me than Haagen-Dazs or whatever, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and then you were like, this ain't ice cream. Oh,
Mm-mm.
she's making something else out of that. Okay,
No, but
bummer.
it got you to watch, didn't it?
It did get me to watch, and you did an awesome job with that. So if you haven't seen that, is that still that's was does
Oh,
TikTok
yeah.
go away? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, TikTok, it's up there. It's up there on TikTok
Okay,
for
so you can
sure.
go on TikTok and see it.
Oh,
Now I
yeah.
watched it on a story that you had on Instagram because I'm not really a TikTok user, but I noticed it had the TikTok tag on it. But anyway, TikTok, that's amazing that businesses are having to use that nowadays too to I guess to reach the Gen Xers. I don't even know millennials,
I
Gen
don't know.
Xers. I don't know who we're at now, but, you know. So anyway, hey, getting back to your business, you know,
Yeah.
how long have you been operating?
It's actually 9 years this year. I did a little bit of natural skincare before the business, but the main business started 9 years ago. Um, and yeah, so I progressed from there, and it all that accident. Obviously, like, I did not plan for it to be a business. It just kind of happened that way through, everything that's happened. So yeah.
Well, do you want to give us a little bit of that story and what actually got you started?
Absolutely. So I'm sure all my, normal people know about this story. Like, we've talked about, I've said it a million times in the last 9 years, but um, my daughter was diagnosed with chemical induced eczema, which is something that is rarely ever, from actually the doctor that diagnosed us, it was rarely ever diagnosed as that. They just normally treat it as eczema, and then you can go in for allergy testing to see if the eczema is related to food, environmental, all those other things. And he just looked at my daughter and was like, "I can tell you now it's chemically induced." And I was like, "I don't know what that is." So he told me it was from all the chemicals in baby products. And of course, as a first time mom, I'm like, okay, well, how do I stop that? And he said, really, there's no way. You just give her less spaz and hope she grows out of it, or you can try steroids. But normally, when it's chemically induced, steroids aren't going to do much of anything. Okay. So I asked him, because him and his wife did things holistically on the side. I had asked him for information and if he could just talk to me about it. So it was a pretty long process, but he told me what journals to read, what research to do, all this other stuff. I ended up making a formula, went to him for approval, say, is this good for her skin? Because she was a baby. And he said, yes, absolutely. That's great. Where'd you get the product from or the ingredients from? And we went through that. And I made what I didn't know then was my first product. Then I had a friend who had a son who was going through the same thing. Steroids weren't helping, and she was kind of at her wit's end. So I was like, here, try this. She used it, and next thing I knew, 5 other people, 10 other people, and then I needed a business license. So here I am.
It had to be a scary time for you, but at the same time, a little frustrating time. But wow,
Yeah.
what a go-getter mom you were. I mean, wow. I think if that would happen to one of my kids, I'd be like, oh crap, tell me what to do, because I don't know if I could have done all that exploration that you did. Obviously, you have done a lot more exploration because you have a whole kind of product line, but your products are more geared around the client and what's going on with them. It's kind of custom made. Can you talk about that process a little bit?
Yeah, so a lot of my products, I would say at least 90% of my products came from clients who had sensitive skin or sensitive to certain products, but didn't know why. And no, doctors couldn't, prescribe anything that worked or didn't know what it was. I even had this one, which is actually the one that helped heal you, mind you. It was Derma is the cream that he was talking about for his eczema. I had a client, a longtime client. She's been with me since the beginning. And if she's watching, I love you. You know who you are. But
how do you do that heart thing? I can never do that.
I mean,
I'm in the wrong generation. I didn't learn how to do that one.
It's okay. But yeah, she was with a doctor. She had they said that it looked like ringworm, but wasn't ringworm. It was on her neck, it was on her chin, it was on her face, and it was splotches of redness all over. And she was like, doctors, I have another appointment. And she was going to them for weeks, and nobody knew what it was, different specialists, everything. So she came to me, she goes, Anna, I don't know what you can do. Can you find something to help me? And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not portraying to be one. I always say, check with your doctor first, get tests done. What did they diagnose you with? I'm not that person. So let's be clear. But she's like, you think you can help me? I said, I don't know. Let me do some research. Let me figure out what's good for rashes, whatever. So up came Derma. It took me probably 4 or 5 times to get the recipe down correctly. I did a whole bunch of research on each individual ingredient. And like I said, I came up with Derma. She tried it. Within 2 days, it was gone. She went to a doctor and she's like, look, I was using this cream. It got rid of it. She's like, I don't care what it is. If it's gone, keep using it. And she's never had a breakout since. They still to this day have no idea what it was. And I'm like, well, you're good. It's all good, So it's things like that, you know what I mean? That really make it worth my while and cause me to keep going and doing custom products for people. Yeah.
So it just kind of started building after that, just more people hearing about what you did for somebody else, and that referrals just started helping you. Referral marketing, that's what everybody needs to do nowadays. Tell your friends. I mean, don't hold back. Don't be embarrassed. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell the guy on the street corner while you're parked there, I mean, he's trying to give you something. Tell him where to go.
Right.
So tell me, what did you have to do in your business? I mean, you told me earlier when we were talking that you had actually gone brick and mortar towards the end of 2019 is when you actually opened your shop. And everybody knows now what was right around the corner. Obviously, we did not know then. With COVID coming on, and at first we didn't hear about it probably here, and we started hearing a little bit about it towards December, coming out of China and what was going on over there. And then all of a sudden, bam, here you go, United States. Enjoy the lockdown. So how did you have to pivot your business during that time? Let's go back to March 2020, I guess.
Oh God, can we not and say that we did?
Well, let's just talk about it, and let's not go back there. Let's hope we're not going
Yeah.
back there again.
I'm reliving. I'm getting PTSD over here, but
Um,
no, we. So I was lucky enough. I was always one of those people living off my means, right? So I never had any investors. I never took out loans. I never did anything like that. If I could do it financially, do it, I was doing it on my own. I started the business with $100, and I grew from there. And this is going to get like kind of sidetracked for a second, and then I'll hit back on what you were asking. But it all does pull together.
Hey, it's your path. It's your path. You go which way you want to go. Okay?
No, you're good. You're good. So I started the business with $100. And again, I didn't know it was a business, so we didn't really have extra financial means at the time. So it was $100. That was it. I either make it or break it. Made it, almost opened a storefront in Murfreesboro. And then I found out that my daughter, the one with the eczema, also, we found a cyst like tumor in like right behind her eye. So she had to have neurosurgery. I closed my business down, and I started back up a year later with the core people that started my business in the first place, that helped me grow it in the first place. And at that point, I think I started with $50 to $100, somewhere in there. It was around the same, if not a little less than what I had to start with before. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go again. We're going to do it again. So I built it up a second time. And I have a habit of doing things and having huge events circle around them. So even moving to Tennessee was right before the flood, like the weekend of the flood. So I have a bad habit of doing things like that. But in any case,
Well,
you know.
I was going to say, when I moved to Tennessee, that's when Hurricane Katrina happened. So.
Oh, glorious.
Right.
What?
I was racing across the country to beat the gas shortage.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, so similar boat, you know. But in any case, I started the business back up again, and I was able to thrive. I made it that time, and then I was like, oh, I'm so big, I think I'm going to jump into the storefront. You know, those big catastrophes we've been talking about? Yeah, so then COVID hit right after I opened up the business. But the point being is I had an online base to originate with, and I think that's the only thing that saved me. So considering that everybody was at home, my sales went up more than typical, and I was able to thrive being an online shop, and people would spread by word of mouth. I've never invested in marketing up until COVID. I hadn't invested in marketing, nothing like that. So it was literally all word of mouth. If that gives any kind of wow, that's amazing type feature, you know.
Oh, it does. It's hard to bring people to your website. I mean, it's, you know, you think, I build it, they will come. Nope, it doesn't. But
no.
For some reason, maybe all those disasters was, you know, like somebody on the other side was going, okay, let's push people to help her out, because she's, you know, in real life, all this stuff is going on. Let's somehow make the people online find her. But
yeah, and it was
didn't do the work.
No, it was amazing. I could never do it with people that I have. Like, I have a VIP page, and a lot of those people on there were the original customers. They've been with me for years. They are my backbone. Like, they help me through. And so there's, yeah, you're pulling it up now. There's reviews and everything. There's ones on certain products. And since I have seasonal products, you'll see some in there that are specific to product when they're seasonal. So I just put it in the main review section versus on the product itself. But yeah, so we have, you know, reviews, and I don't know. I just happened to survive COVID with that. And what's funny is there's no other store like me currently in the US, knock on wood. But that's what I hear from the insurance companies. And when I was, you know, when they were doing all the shutdowns and stuff for stores, I was like, do I shut down? Because I'm not a salon, but I'm not, you know, technically a huge store. You know what I mean? So it was very hard to decide. So I closed my doors for a little bit and used it just as a work area, just to be safe, and respect what was going on. But otherwise, I opened when I could. But online
Well,
saved me. Yeah.
well, what I like about right when you go to your shop, for one thing, you made this domain name that everybody can see down in the lower left that
Yeah.
redirects you to the longer domain name. And that was very smart to do, and we all appreciate that because it's so easy to type shoplbn.com.
So
All
much
right,
easier.
so yeah, so much easier. I love how it redirects. Right off the bat, you're trying to save people money. So obviously,
Mhm.
put in your email address. You can get $5 off your first order. I love that. Who doesn't like saving money, especially when you can spend it with a local business. Even though you're buying it online, you're still shopping local, and you can ship anywhere in the United States. And I know you've even gone to Alaska. Even yeah, that's still
Mhm.
technically part of the United States. I lived there for a
Yeah,
little while, so I know.
that's awesome.
But anyway, on your site, let's just kind of go through this a little bit. You got some of your current favorites. I love the design of your site. It's easy to navigate. It makes it real easy for everybody to just add it right to their cart and get going. You can contact her right off the bat. All right. So, anything you want to bring up on here? I mean, I'm just kind of scrolling through.
Yeah. So, well, you have the favorites. If you scroll up just a little bit past my face, yes, that's me. I know. Right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. Those are the ones that are typically our current favorite. The blackberry ashwagandha and then the healing balm. Those are really two like amazing products. But I also want to point out the top left. I won the Main Street Awards 2 years in a row. And I'm super proud of that because that's how long I've been in business, storefront wise. And I won an award both years. So I'm like, hey.
Now, is that
um,
publicly voted? Is that right? It's through the public that
yes,
votes for that?
yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So that made me super happy. Must say I've done like little dances, like just like I don't
Do I
know.
need to put the music back on?
You could. I'll make my own music. It's totally fine. But
Well,
yeah,
people that don't know what these products are, can you just kind of explain them? Just let's give it the product for dummies overview.
yeah, okay. So what I typically tell people is it's a natural apothecary shop. I use herbs, I use essential oils. I also use things other than essential oils because people have medical conditions where they can't use those. So I'm respectful to all people. I can customize pretty much anything. The only thing I can't really customize is things like soap. Some people have requested no coconut oil. While I can use Babazoo oil, it's a lot more expensive. So I give them an option, but I'm like, hey, this is, if I customize it, this is what's going to happen. And that's the thing. Everything is on demand for you. So if you see something, you're like, oh God, that has beeswax, and I'm allergic to beeswax. 9 times out of 10, I have vegan wax. So I can switch the recipe to suit your skin. You can't do that anywhere else. You can walk in my shop at any time and catch me making anything. You can walk in there and say, hey, can I have this product? And I say, absolutely, give me 5 minutes.
So
Give me 10 minutes.
you're like a mad scientist, aren't you?
Pretty much. I've been called that several times, yes. But I like the excitement of that. I get bored very easily mentally. So a little like spat of confession here. I got so bored one year. My husband always laughs at me. I got so bored one year. I took a random chemistry course for the hell of it because my brain was like, I'm bored. So I like the excitement of people walking in and saying, hey, can you do this for me? I'm like, yeah, like, let me make it happen. Online, it's a little bit of a different story because you see products. So you think, okay, I can get the blackberry ashwagandha. That's it. That's how it goes. But if you click on it, go ahead and click on that blackberry ashwagandha.
Well, you want me to click on the bottle? Okay,
Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
got it. It changes for you when you overload. I think I
Hopefully
clicked on
it'll,
it. There we
there you
go.
go.
All
Yeah,
right.
it just takes a second. So there on the right-hand side, you can see that you can actually add extras to it. Okay, so that's one thing that's different. For this one, you can add your bakuchi oil, which is like a retinol A. It's the natural form of retinol A. There's B5, which is just a vitamin, an extra vitamin for your skin. You can add both or you can add none. So each thing is kind of customizable. The oils in this one is not, but there's a note section at checkout. You say, I'm allergic to blackberry. Okay, that's out of the list. And I can take that out for you. Everything, like I said, is for the most part customizable. If you have questions, you can always contact me. Bottom right says contact us. You can literally just click on that and it'll bring up a little box here.
All right.
And I'm really,
yeah.
yeah.
Is this like going to your phone now?
No, because I don't have it. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't never have it working. But if you go on, it, it'll just bring up a way like you can fill out the information, put your question in there, and I literally check my phone all the time, so I respond as soon as I see it. But yeah, those are all ways to get a hold of me, to customize your product, to do what you need to do. That's why I'm here. Because I don't believe that there's a product for every skin type. There shouldn't be a product for every skin type. You are different than me, period. I mean, you have skin.
I'm a lot whiter. You're tanner.
That too.
My ginger skin tone needs some really good stuff.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's, our pH is the same. Our ranges are probably close to being the same. But other than that, we're not the same. So I don't believe products should be either.
I just learned from you this whole pH thing. You're like, okay, your hair, your face, and your body are 3 different zones of pH. And I'm like, okay, all right. I never knew that. I was like, it's all soap, Now I figure out how to use 3 different things. And I was like, well, I'm using the soap on my face. No, damn, wrong. I'm like, okay. I learned that one today.
Yep. But, and that's a really good point. Yeah, there's a lot of things people don't know, but when do you have time to do research? I mean, really. So
that's your job.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That's what they should be paying you to do. So, hey, one thing I do, and I apologize if you had other parts of this website you want to talk about, but I saw something that really interests me. Earn cash back. All right, tell us, as a customer, how do I earn cash? You can be an affiliate. Like you're kind of rolling with the big boys now, having a whole affiliate program.
Well, what can I say? No, but really, the affiliate program is amazing. It's free. There's no maintenance fee. This is not an MLM scheme. This is not any of that. This, to me, for me personally, it was a way to give back to the community, to my customers that like to spread the word. I mean, I think it's fair to give you something in return for giving me something. It's giving and receiving. It's all about balance. So with this program, all you need is a PayPal account, because unfortunately that's the only way that I'm able to pay as of right this second, like pay the customer back. But you sign up with your PayPal email, you pick your own password, boom, you get your own affiliate link. Through that, any purchase that you make, or let's say your friend Susan is like, hey, I want to purchase, like, how did you get your skin so clear? Oh, well, go to shoplbn.com. This is what I use. You give them your affiliate link. If they purchase something off of that, you get 5% back from that purchase. You do, not Susie, you. And then, if you make a purchase on your own affiliate link, you get 5% back for that as well. So it's a way to earn a little extra income. It's a little thank you. That way you can buy more LBN if you want, or you can put it towards bills, or you can put it in the bank, whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
See, I should have had an affiliate link that I could have put up right now, so everybody could have started shopping through my affiliate link. When I think of that, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That would have just been awesome. Because,
tisk, Dan.
I'm telling you, I should have had that going, because I'm over here selling it already. I'm telling you how it cleared up my eczema and stuff. I could have been, bam, making bank, baby.
Yep. I mean, hey-o.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get into another area here. Let me get rid of this screen.
Sure.
My mouse will move on me. There we go. Let me get rid of that banner. Well, you know what? We'll leave it up because I want everybody to go there. Sign up as an affiliate. Start making some money. Tell everybody,
Right?
you know what? Grandma needs this stuff too. Grandpa does too, even though he'll probably bitch about it. Still get Grandpa to buy some, right?
Oh, hands down. Unless you get the bourbon soap. I mean, everybody loves, right? I mean,
Well,
bourbon or
hold on.
beer.
What? You got bourbon soap? Now, what keeps
Yeah.
somebody from trying to drink it? Oh, because it's in
Uh,
hard
the
form.
fact that it would taste horrible. Still soap. Still soap.
You just got everybody excited. Now,
I know. I'm a bubble popper. Pop.
but you bring up the bourbon soap. I heard you tell
Yeah,
me earlier about a winery that you make product for.
I do.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I'm a huge support local fan. And I mean, obviously, we have great things in Pleasant View. So I always look for ways to collaborate with other businesses. I think that the only way to make a successful community is for the community to be within each other. I mean, that's the point of a community, to support each other. Um, so I went to Beach Haven, which, if you don't know where that's it's right in Clarksville, so a little bit north of Pleasant View, but not that far. And it's a little winery. They do everything themselves there. And I use their Chamberson, which is their red wine, and I use their Jazz, which is their sparkling wine. Closest thing that they personally had to, champagne, and use that for soap. And the reason why I did that is not just to support local, but also because the antioxidants and that for the skin is really, really good. So even for your eczema, if you wanted like a wine soap, that would be perfect for it too. Just saying. But yeah, so I use that. And then the bourbon soap comes from Leatherwood, and my beer soap comes from a local brewery, which is Flights.
So
So,
you got two local businesses right here in Pleasant View.
yes, two, and
I
then three
mixed the
total
names up there.
local.
Yeah. So right here in Pleasant View, you're working with Flights, and you're
Yep,
also working with Leatherwood, two
yep.
businesses I know well, maybe sometimes do well. They're great. They are great local businesses. I have met the owners, and I'm just totally going to blow out one of their names because I know you're going to remember. But I know Andy up at Leatherwood,
Yep.
the owner of Flights. I've talked to him 100 times, but I always
John and
forget his
Trish.
name. John
John
and
and
Trish.
Trish.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I've only met Trish like twice, but John's usually there, and I'll tell you what. If you ever go into Flights and you want a story about how to make beer, you're going to have about 3 beers when he tells that story because he really loves what he does. And we're not here to talk about Flights, but anyway,
It's okay.
it's an awesome local business as well. So now, I love how you collaborate with other people, and that's one reason that I picked you to be our first guest on 615 Local Live. It's been, like I said, 10 months since I've done this, and it's something I've really been wanting to get going, and I've upped all my equipment and moved up here where I had fiber in my home and everything, so that helps out. I'm not talking fiber like you eat, it's fiber optics. And it's
Yeah,
getting up a
Myra.
lot faster. So, all
Hey,
right,
I got it. In
so
your defense, I got it. It's fine.
yeah, so we talked about a lot of things. What other local businesses do you like yourself to support?
Okay, I have a lot.
Or do you want to
Um,
call out, give a shout out, whatever you want to call it?
So directly local, I absolutely love Street Coffee. Teresa, who's the owner, is an amazing human being just in general. Like she would give you her coat off off her back if she felt like you needed it, and wouldn't ask for anything in return. She's just a very kind-hearted person. She loves what she does. She loves coffee. She has all these cool ideas, and she's willing to listen to other people's ideas. I just love her in general. If we want to talk about local, but not in Pleasant View, I have two businesses that I would love to shout out if you're okay with
Go for
that.
it. Oh yeah, that,
Um,
615 is a big area. So,
615
even
is
if
a
they're,
huge area.
yeah, even if it's up in Clarksville, even though that's right outside of 615, we'll still count those people in. That's fine.
It's all right. So one of them is called Local Distro, and they are located in downtown Nashville. And we know his family very well, and it's almost like a I don't know how you want to say it. It's kind of an event venue. You can rent it out for certain things, but they also have really cool things that happen there. They have open mic nights every Tuesday. They've got things that happen on, it's either Monday or Wednesdays. I don't want to misspeak. Check them out. It's worth checking out. Local Distro, not Bistro, Distro. And then the other one is Humble Beginnings, which I actually carry his shirts in my shop. The story behind his shop is amazing. He doesn't own a storefront. He just owns the shirts. It's Humble Beginnings. It's pretty much trying to get the community together. Everybody started from somewhere. Everybody has a story. And his main focus is with everybody having a story, what's yours? Here's my humble beginning. What's your humble beginning? And he's very passionate about it. So those two businesses alone, like, they're just amazing, open-hearted people. They just want to help people in their community. They just want to love on people. That's their main game. So I wanted to make a shout out to them too.
Well, I know you also carry a few other people's products in your shop.
Oh
I went
yeah,
in there. I mean,
yeah,
you got some great coffee beans from a local coffee. What do
yeah.
they call that? Coffee roaster?
So
Yeah, coffee
yeah,
roaster.
so that person is Lola Bean. She's local in Springfield. She roasts all her own coffee. She does everything. And then there's, oh God, I have so many vendors. I've got Eclectic Sky, which does all her jewelry. I've got Nicole Noble. She does, or Noble Stones. She does crystals, rocks, things like that. I've got people that have magnets. Sid the Squid. She does all her own hand lettering, which looks professional. I mean, it's outstanding. I've got Artisan Comforts. She does all macrame. This is all local. So everybody within very close to Pleasant View or in Pleasant View. And then I have a local artist who does her own paintings. It's the talent around here is absolutely phenomenal. Like, that's all I have to say. And I love bringing people into my shop, vendors into my shop. If I can help you, like, it puts a smile on my face, which is why I do everything custom. Because if I can help a customer, if I can help one person, you telling me about your skin, that's gonna give me good feels for the next like 3 days. So so that way I can keep going. If I have a stressful day, I'll just be like, but remember, you helped Dan. And I'll be like, okay, this is why I do what I do, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sitting there doing this now. So
Thank you.
I
Because
appreciate. I don't really.
that'd be really like distracting in the background.
It
That's
probably would be.
all.
Yeah, I'd probably have to like sit on my arm or something so I didn't do that.
Oh yeah, please don't
You
do
know,
that.
one thing I know about you that maybe not everybody watching knows is that you're really involved in the local community outside of your shop, outside of your business, even though it kind of interrelates. Tell us a little bit what you do in the community, even outside of Pleasant View, that's part of Cheatham County.
Yeah. So I'm in the Chamber of Commerce. I'm an ambassador for them. Monday, I'll actually be going around to some of the small businesses with Tanya, who's also in the chamber, and we'll be going around and introducing ourselves. So I'm an ambassador for them. I'm also on the board for the Chamber of Commerce, and then I'm also in Civitan Club. And Civitan is local to community. We do things like, and I wasn't here for this, so I want no credit for that at all. But like the Veterans Memorial, that was Civitan. They helped do that. So, I really like being in the community, and I'm pretty new to all of those things, but I'm starting to get more involved and trying to see what I can do to help the community, whether it's local businesses that never get the limelight, or if it's people that just need help. Like, I'm here for it. So
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to continue to working with you, and you bring some of those local businesses to me. well, if they can sit there and do what you're doing, we'll bring them the limelight, as you called it. So, uh,
Yeah.
what I got to ask you though, you're a wife, you're a
Mhm.
mom, you're a
Yeah.
business owner, a board member of the Chamber of Commerce, and an ambassador of the Chamber of Commerce, and whatever that other thing that you said you did.
Civitan.
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 Thank you.
There you
Uh,
go.
when do you sleep?
I find that I can sleep with my eyes open. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's been a lot of tears, a lot of sacrifices. Husband is very understanding. My kids, they look up to me more than I think they do, and I didn't realize it until this summer when they had said something that really hit home with me about the business. They said, "I want to be exactly like you," and I'm like, "What do you what do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh, I want to do what you do." And I said, "Well, after you go to college, baby, then you can do what I do." And she's like, "No, Mama, but I want to do exactly what you're doing right now. I want to help people." And it almost broke my heart because it was such a sweet and innocent thing to say. Um, and it really made me, sorry, I'm tearing up, but it really made me realize, okay, like they see what I'm doing, but it's good. It's not like mama's never home. It's a good thing what they're seeing. So
That's a payback that money cannot even, you can't even put a value to that,
yeah,
when you can impact your kid's life like that, and they're proud of what you do and they want to follow in that footstep. That's awesome. So I would say my hat off to you, but my hair would look funny. So uh,
it's okay.
you are an awesome mom, I can tell already. And I have not met your husband. Hopefully, I'll get to one day here soon. And if he's able to put up with all of that and still be married to you, I think you told me y'all have been together about 15 years. I'm not sure how long
Yeah.
that was actually married, but that's I will say, hey man, you got a good woman there, and I think you should be just as well applauded for what you're doing. And I know you're watching, so there you go.
He
uh,
probably
it,
will really rub that in my face later. So thank you for that.
now he owes me a beer. All right, so hey, there. I know there was something else I wanted to bring up. Oops, can't knock into my mic there. Oh, what was it? Just drawing a blank now that we got off on that little tangent. Oh, jeepers. Was there anything else that we had talked about earlier that now I'm just totally, I told you, I got CRS
Hey,
really bad.
I told you I have it worse, man. We don't play this game. We cannot play that game.
It's like, who will remember what we're going to talk about next? But
What'll
anyway,
happen is we'll get off and then we'll remember.
exactly. But you know what? I'm definitely gonna have you back on because
Okay.
hey, you're right down the street, so it's pretty simple. And as we had
Convenient.
talked about earlier, your products kind of change sometimes with the seasons because
Yes.
people's skin needs different things with seasons. Now,
Yeah.
any of your products help with like sinuses and stuff like that? Do you have anything that helps with sinus infections, or
Yes.
maybe not the infection part, but
Yeah. Right.
I
Not the
swear to God, if
infection.
I go outside, if somebody cut the grass 2 days ago, I am clogged up. So,
So what's funny you say that? I actually have it's kind of like a vapor rub, and you can put it, I have some that are for your feet, like you can go to bed with it, or you can put it under your nose, and that really helps with congestion, any kind of those, well, things that vapor rub would help with. You can put it on your chest. I put it on my chest for my girls during the winter, and they fall asleep like within seconds. It's insane. So it really helps them to sleep better, especially when they have a cold. And they just love it. They ask for it. So they'll pull their shirt. They're like, okay, mama. I'm like, all
oh
right. So
wow,
I'll revel it on their chest. So
I wish I'd have known that earlier in the spring.
yes, yes.
It's
Mhm.
rough. I love Middle Tennessee, but I will tell you, if you suffer from any kind of allergies, this place will put you through the ringer for
Oh
sure.
my
So
God, yes.
yeah,
I
we
actually
have
have a
everything.
allergy. Yeah, I have an allergy blend as well, like a rollerball blend that really helps with that too. So,
Uh, well, that's good to know.
mhm.
Now I'm making a
Yeah.
shopping list. I need soap, some
Hey, don't forget the
cash,
affiliate link. You get
and
cash
oh
back on that.
yeah, but you're right
Oh,
down
that's
the
one.
street. I can
What?
just drive there.
Yeah, okay, so here's the other thing too. This is the other great thing. You know, some people get so busy with their life. This is one thing we didn't touch base on at all. If you go on the website, if you're like, yeah, but I'm local and I want to be affiliate, how do I do that? Well, that's online only. I can only do that online. You can actually go online and purchase and select local pickup. So when your order is ready, just like a pharmacy, when your order is ready, I contact you and you come pick it up at your convenience. How do you like that?
Wow, look at that.
Hmm.
That's pretty fancy. That's like that little Kroger pickup thing where you put everything in the
Right?
cart and then you drive there. Now, do you come and put it in my trunk too?
No, that's
Okay.
extra.
Bring cash tips. I heard that. Bring cash
Right,
tips. All right.
right.
Um, well, Anna, it has been a pleasure to have you, and I so want to thank you for, sacrificing your time to come in here and do this and being my first guinea pig. When I got this restarted 10 months later, and there's a lot that goes into doing something like this, and I appreciate your time. And if like I said, if you have any other businesses that you think would be great to bring on here, you tell them to contact me. We'll be glad to get on here. I'm going to try to do this once a week, at least 3 times during the month, because some of us actually have to work and do other things other than make soap. And
Nice.
I have to go out and market it and stuff. I do this as more of a passion right now. Now, one thing I will tell you is, people, you can support us locally. As you go out and if you look at our site, there is a donate button on there, and we'd appreciate it if you come on and help us. Because I'm going to tell you what, getting out there, all these locations, going out and buying shirts and all this other stuff that we do, all this software that's making this happen right now, and the equipment costs money. And, so if you can help us out, it helps us bringing more local businesses on, and that we can, you know, expand your horizons, because that's what we really want to do. We want to teach you why it's so important to support local. You know,
Yes.
Anna, you got anything to say about that? Why is supporting local so important to your heart?
Mainly, like I said before, I don't think a community can thrive if we don't support each other. I mean, if you're out there supporting, big brands and stuff like that, how is that going to help me or you or who? I mean, it doesn't work that way. So when you pay somebody like me, when you come in and you get my product, know that because of that, I have food on the table. Because of that, I'm sending my daughter to play.
Whoop, I think we just froze up. Well, I'm not sure, we just lost Anna, but that happens. So we'll have her back. Not a big deal. So I'm not sure if we maybe be playing catch up right now with internet. Technical things happen. This is not a TV broadcast, and unfortunately, these technical things do happen. But we're going to go ahead and close out. I think it probably happening because we're at our hour mark, and YouTube might have shut us off. I'm not sure what's going on. No, we're still on there. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to always support local the best you can. Go out and hit a local restaurant. Go out and take your car to a local service, location instead of one of the chain service locations. Try something new. Go on 615 local. We have a ton of local businesses on there. We're going to always keep adding more that you can learn about, and just give it a shot, one time at least, and see what kind of experience you have. And if you do have a good experience, please let us know. Please always leave a review. Help these local businesses out with Google reviews, Yelp reviews, and a review on 615local.co. We'd appreciate that as well. For that, we're going to go ahead and sign out and say, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday, and thank you for watching.